They are reversing a lot of what you did. And how are you feeling about what they're doing now?
So I'm very proud of what we accomplished.
And the crypto community is ecstatic not to have you there anymore and to have him there. Looking back on it, I mean, do you think that was the right call?
Yes, I think.
Because look, now we have this like burgeoning industry, and there's so much more innovation and leadership in the U.S.
and a lot more capital coming into it.
There may be more capital in terms of the interest in the public. The public is interested. I get that. But for investors...
You think this is dangerous, what they're doing?
Put aside Bitcoin. But most of the other tokens are not tied to any fundamentals. Like Warren Buffett would say, what are the goods? What are the revenues? What are they selling? And so forth.
Unlucky, buddy. We wanted to start off with that clip of Gary Gensler on CNBC getting absolutely roasted, and rightfully so. The cryptocurrency industry is very glad to see the back end of him. If you listen to that full interview, which you can find over on CNBC, he very much defends his actions and says there was a lot of bad actors out there that all essentially succeeded under his leadership. He didn't stop even one of them. But it is a new day for the cryptocurrency markets. And yesterday, of course, we had colossal news when the SEC came out and delivered a statement on commission approval of generic listing standards for commodity-based ETPs. This is a blanket statement providing a few provisions, which we looked at yesterday, for crypto ETFs to essentially go live, and it kind of cuts out a lot of the jargon in regards to them actually being able to do that. So this is absolutely huge news. This is Hester Peirce from the SEC saying the SEC approved generic listing standards for commodity-based ETPs, including spot crypto ETPs. Of course, we covered this in more detail yesterday. Yesterday, according to Nate Garcia, was the official launch of Rex Osprey's Dogecoin ETF, DOJE, and also the first ETF offering for spot XRP exposure, the Rex Osprey XRP ETF. Now, how many of you guys have heard of Rex Osprey? Not to kind of throw any shade towards them, but it's not a BlackRock filing. It's not a Grayscale filing or any of the sorts. It's actually a very small sort of offer. And I think regardless of that, what you saw them achieve is nothing short of spectacular. This is from Eric Balanchunas. We'll go to the tweet. It says, XRPR, which is the Rex Osprey ETF, traded $37.7 million in one day, which edges out IVES for the biggest day one neutral dollar volume of any 2025 launch. He says Doge is no slouch at 17 million, which would be in the top 5 for the year out of 710 launches. Good sign for the onslaught of 33 act ETFs coming soon. The floodgates are opening, and actually today we are set to see the launch of some of Grayscale's, what was Digital Large Cap Fund is now what they're calling their Grayscale CoinDesk Crypto 5 ETF, which is interesting. But this is set to launch today. We had the XRP and Doge ETFs from Rex Osprey go live yesterday. These ones are launching today. And actually we've looked at crypto ETFs, or ETPs, basket ETPs, I should say, more further afield, like 21 Shares is Crypto Basket Index, Bitwise Top 10 Crypto Index Fund that are going to get converted to ETFs, and Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, which of course we don't have here because it's now migrated. But we've essentially looked at these and given a bullish technical outcome. We think the price is going higher, which means the underlying assets that these baskets are made up of must also be going higher. And that's given us a very good insight, or been one insight technically in regards to the direction this space is going, which is up, up and away. Yes, I know people are a little bit frustrated, but it is a new dawn, a new day. And if you're in the cryptocurrency markets, you're essentially investing in the future. And I think there's going to be a great opportunity that comes with that. The total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, still sort of coming up and bumping its head on all-time high resistance. You do eventually push past this and have brighter days ahead of you. I truly do believe that. I think this market, excluding Bitcoin, is on a at least 276% trajectory. There's going to be some larger movers within that. If you look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's of course going to offer a higher multiple of 300%. And then if you go into the top 10s, which is, or everything excluding the top 10, which is a little bit lagging, we see a similar thing playing out for this. So wherever we look, whether it's, everything outside the top 10, you're looking at about 800% as an overall market gain. There's going to be winners and losers in that, of course. Wherever we look, when it comes to the cryptocurrency space, and this is why we say when it walks, talks, and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, it is a very bullish picture. And this is the fundamental news that technically we were early to the party of. And that's why I'm a technical analyst, because I think it gives you an insight. It's not a silver bullet. Some people expect it to be so. I also understand why people are skeptical about TA because of the kind of caliber of it that's portrayed on the various platforms. But in my opinion, it does work, and we're kind of living proof and testimony of it. So a hell of a lot going on. Eric Balanchunas here talking about Grayscale have changed their name from the Digital Large Cap Fund to the CoinDesk Crypto ETF. You've got Bitwise's kind of tweet here. This is Matt Hogan, who is their CEO, sort of standing up. This is from James Seyfarth, is what it's in relation to. It says, wow, the SEC approved generic listing standards for commodity-based trust shares. We looked at this yesterday, aka including crypto ETPs. This is the crypto ETP framework we've been waiting for. Get ready for a wave of spot crypto ETPs launching in the next coming weeks. We also spoke about what Matt Hogan had to say in regards to when you saw that kind of deregulation for the ETF markets previously, it was, or essentially it caused a major kind of filing spree, as it were, in regards to them. You're going to see a similar thing for crypto. We already have 93 of them. It is a bright, bright future that we have ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. We're already seeing ETFs get sort of filed by some individuals that are like the 2x alt ETF. So we've already seen, we're already at 2x alt season crypto ETFs, and it's not even October. Do you realize how crazy things are going to get? Absolutely agree with Eric Balanchunas and James Seyfarth. These are two guys that if you're not already following, you absolutely should be, because ultimately, they're going to keep you up to date on all the crypto sort of ETF news as it presents itself. So it's not just a new day and a new dawn in the US. It's also one in the United Kingdom. And we see that with the FCA essentially saying, look, we're going to have to accommodate our rules for crypto products. Here we have Valor launches the world's first physically backed Bitcoin staking ETP on the London Stock Exchange, 1-to-1 with Bitcoin, offering 1.4% yield. I think Brian Armstrong actually came out yesterday and said that, sort of called out the Canadian system in regards to savings and said, look, if you use USDC, you can get up to 10% in certain DeFi vehicles. And that's a kind of shift that's taking place. There's a great shift taking place globally in financial unlock that's coming on the back end of the cryptocurrency space. This is a new one. BlackRock set to launch iShares Bitcoin ETP in the UK as the FCA opens retail access to crypto ETN. So ETP just means exchange traded product. ETN just means exchange traded note. That's our equivalent of ETFs, effectively. There is a hell of a lot going on, guys. It is truly, truly a bright future that we have ahead of us. And again, when you look at the kind of crypto space and its positioning, it's in such an amazing position. Technically, fundamentally, I think, and you guys know this, my take is that the stock market, the S&P 500 is in a new bull market. There was news from Eric yesterday on this. He says all the major US stock benchmarks hit record highs today, even small caps. Nice job, everyone. S&P 500, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and Russell 2000 hit records. Market wrap. Now, the interesting thing is, not only do we think the S&P is now in a bull market, having engulfed its bear market, I think this pullback was also the yield curve playing out. I'm the only person that I think I've seen make that take. If we look at the IWM, there we go. This is on the cusp of a breakout and a major move. And actually, I think the IWM is going to outperform the S&P 500. And it's breaking out just as we said it would. We're getting things very right. I hope you guys follow me and you can attest to that. And I think we're going to continue to do so. And I think when you look at the overall picture, the picture as a whole, it's an exceptionally bright one. When it walks, talks, and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. I hope you guys are on it for the ride, or in it for the ride that we have ahead of us. And I think you are going to literally see certain altcoins, if played right, change your life off a very small amount of money. I'm a living kind of testimony to that. back in the last bull market. We're investing in things like Cardano. Chainlink I've been in for years, but Cardano specifically did nearly 100x for me, and it changed my life. And that was one of a fair few coins that we had that did exceptionally well. That opportunity presents itself today, and perhaps even on a bigger scale, given the maturing of the space. And I would love it personally, and that's one of our goals here at Allincrypto, if people benefited from that, because life can be challenging, and I think financial burdens often contribute to that. And if you can eradicate them via investing and understand that the game and the world that you live in is one that is stacked against you via the financial system, if we can help with that, then that's ultimately our mission and goal. That's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you all. We'll see you all in tomorrow's Daily Market Update. Have a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you in the next one.